What is it that makes a manager truly great? Is it some kind of innate talent? Something you're just born with? Or is it a skill that you can actually build? It's a huge question, and today we're going to unpack the answer using some incredible insights from a brand new study that really cuts through the noise. So what we're going to do in this explainer is look at the hard data. We're going to see what the research actually reveals about building effective leadership and move way beyond all those common assumptions we hear all the time. Let's start right there with that core question. What is the secret sauce? Is it charisma, raw intelligence? Is it just being in the right place at the right time? Or is it something else entirely? Keep that question in your mind as we go through this. The whole debate really boils down to this: nature versus nurture. Is management skill based on who you are, things you can't really change, like your gender or personality? Or is it forged by what you've actually done, your education and all those hard-won lessons from experience? So where are we getting all this? Well, a recent study surveyed over 500 working adults in Turkey, and the whole goal was to pinpoint the factors that genuinely shape a manager's abilities. First things first, the study breaks down management ability into 3 really distinct core skill sets. See, it's not just one thing. Any effective leader has got to have a handle on all 3. Okay, first up, technical skills. Just think of this as the what you know. It's your deep expertise in a specific field, whether that's coding or financial analysis or project management. It's that tangible, job-specific knowledge you bring to the table. Next up, we have human skills. Now, this is the art of working with people. It's all about communication, motivation, empathy, and building teams that actually work well together. You can have all the technical knowledge in the world, but if you don't have this, you can't lead. Simple as that. And finally, there are conceptual skills. This is all about seeing the big picture. It's that ability to think strategically, to understand how all the different parts of the company fit together, and crucially, to plan for the future. Okay, let's dive into the data, because this is where things get really, really interesting. The study tested some common ideas about who has these skills, and it started with one of the most persistent debates in the entire workplace. Researchers directly compared the skill scores of the men and the women in the survey. Right? For decades, we've heard all the stereotypes about different leadership styles, but what does the actual evidence show? Just take a look at these numbers. For technical skills, 25.1 for men, 25.3 for women. Okay? For human skills, 25.0 versus 25.6, and for conceptual skills, 23.2 versus 22.8. They are practically identical. And this leads us to a massive finding. The researchers' conclusion was crystal clear. When it comes to the 3 core management skills, there is no statistically significant difference between men and women. Period. So, that's a huge deal. If it's not about gender, what does make a difference? What are the real drivers that build effective managers? Well, the study gives us 2 very clear answers. The first key driver? Good old-fashioned work experience. The data showed that just getting in there and actually doing the work, day in and day out, navigating real-world challenges, that is a powerful, powerful teacher. And you can see it right here in this chart. The average human skill score for people with no work experience was 23.6. But for those with experience, it jumped all the way to 25.6. That's a serious leap, and it proves that people's skills are really forged in the trenches. Now, the second major driver, higher education. The study found that formal learning plays a really crucial role, especially when it comes to one particular skill. Just look at the impact on conceptual skills. Professionals with a high school degree averaged 21.8, but those with a master's degree or higher, whoa, their average score shot up to 24.6. This shows that higher education is incredibly effective at developing that strategic, big-picture thinking. And all of this brings us to the core message of this entire explainer, which is summed up perfectly by the researchers themselves. Management skills are not fixed traits. They're abilities that can be actively learned, sharpened, and grown over time. Okay, so what does this all mean for you right now in your career? The study doesn't just point out the problem, it kind of gives us a prescription. So here's some really concrete ways you can start building each of these 3 critical skills today. All right, for your technical skills, you've got to keep them razor sharp. Don't just learn, validate. Go after certifications to prove your expertise. Stay on the cutting edge by hitting up industry conferences, and build your network by joining professional groups. It's all about constantly renewing what you know. Now for your human skills, this is about mastering the art of connection. Sure, enroll in leadership programs, but also look inward.
Practice mindfulness to build that crucial self-awareness. And look outward. Find a mentor, someone who will give you the unvarnished truth. This is how you learn to truly lead people.
And to build those conceptual skills, to learn how to see around corners, you have to expand your perspective. Dive into business literature to see the patterns. Take strategy courses. But here's the real game changer. Volunteer for a cross-functional project. Seriously, nothing builds big-picture thinking faster than seeing how all the pieces of an organization actually fit together.
So when you boil it all down, here's the point. Effective leadership isn't some lottery you win at birth. Nope, it's a structure you build, piece by piece, through deliberate learning and hands-on experience. And that brings us to our final thought. As you look at these three skill sets, technical, human, and conceptual, which one are you going to focus on? What is the one action you will take this week to start building yourself into the leader you really want to be?